Good afternoon again, Iain from Ranking the Obscure here. Round 2 today. After we got through Rammstein, we're going to have a look at an album that was not what I said I was going to do, because I found last night when I was doing research for Roger Taylor, I found I can now actually listen to the rest of his solo career, so I'm going to have to give them a listen over the weekend and see what we can do with them. So today we're going to look at one of my favourite albums that came out in the last few years. Well, this came out a very long time ago. It's Coverdale and Page. Came out in 1993, 15th of March. This is an absolute belter of an album. There's not a bad track on this. So let's have a look at the great tracks that's on this album. Okay, first track on the album is Shake My Tree. You knew you was onto something good when you heard that opening guitar and howling voice from David Coverdale. From that moment on, you knew you had got a good album. Great rock song from start to finish. Very solid. Second track, Waiting on You. Another classic rocker. Some great riffs from Jimmy Page. David's vocals on this, again, absolutely howling at his best. Third track on here, Take Me for a Little While. This is a superb blues song. Coverdale's at his finest on this, and then you get one of Jimmy Page's fantastic solos. Absolutely belter it is. One of my favourite tracks on the album. Fourth track on the album is a little number called Pride and Joy. This starts off with a nice acoustic start, and then it just goes into another stomping rocker. Coverdale is just all over this. His voice is probably at his strongest. It's a shame that it isn't now. You know, it makes me sad. But then again, he is getting on now. But he's still a great performer. And he's still out there doing what he's good at. Fifth track on the album is a little number called Over Now. This to me is the second best track on the album. It's got a Kashmir feel to it, but it's not ripping off Kashmir. It's one of Jimmy's best solos on this. It's absolutely brilliant. I do love that track. Then we get an absolute fast, heavy rocker called Feeling Hot. This is David Coverdale again, all over this one. Terrific form on this, top vocals. Then we get a semi-acoustic number called Easy Does It. It's done in the same vein as Ain't Gonna Cry No More, which is one of my favourite tracks from Whitesnate, and I do like this one as well because it is the same sort of way to be done as that one, if you get what I mean. Then we get another track called Take a Look at Yourself. This could have been on any of Whitesnate's earlier albums. It's that quality. It's good quality song, really good. And then we have my favourite track on the album. It's not just my favourite track on the album, it's one of my favourite tracks of all time. The fantastic Don't Leave Me This Way. It's a bluesy number. I'd say it's one of the best modern day blues songs I've heard. This is probably one of David Coverdale's finest vocal performances on any song that he's put down. He's so strong on this, and it hasn't got a bad guitar solo either from Jimmy Page. This is the best song by far much on this album. the whole band that is put together for this really rose to the occasion on this one. Then we get a song called Absolution Blues. Again, this is another fantastic track. Great rocker. I do believe it actually opened up the shows they did on this, promoting this album. And the last track on the album, Whisper a Prayer for the Dying. This is so much like Whitesnake's Judgment Day, but a lot better. Coverdale screeching all over this, absolutely fantastic, and I just really love that song as well. So that Don't Take Me This, Leave Me This Way and Over Now are the highlights of this album. If you haven't got it, check it out, because it is absolutely fantastic, especially if you're any younger fans that weren't around when it came out. Go and listen to this. If you want to hear David Coverdale at his best, this is the album to do it on. On that note, I shall say goodbye, and I will be seeing you all back next week. Whatever you're doing this weekend, guys, have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all next week for more album reviews, bit of album artwork and ranking bands. So have a great time, and once again, thank you very much for your continuing support. Take care.